Good evening and welcome to the post-game press conference for the FIBA Asia Cup 2022 Group B game between Chinese Taipei and China. The game ended with 95 against 80 in favor of China. The Chinese Taipei team Coach Charles Parker and Lee Kai-yan have joined us. So may I ask you to switch off your mobile phones. The press conference will be conducted in English. Coach Parker, can you tell us your comments?
First of all, congratulations to China. It was a hard-fought game. I think both teams, in particular our team, really fought to the end. I think even though we were outsized and had two key players that did not play, including one player that plays in China, that is very familiar with the players and their system, did not play and was a key part of our team. But the ones that did play, I'm very proud of the efforts. As I've often said, games normally come down to making three-point shots. I thought the first half we was in the game because we made our threes. Second half, we didn't make our threes. And they did. They continued throughout the whole game. So between that and our free throws, missing 9 free throws was a key element. And when we get the opportunities to make free throws, we got to take advantage of it. But I'm very proud of our effort, very proud the way we fought throughout the game. And just next game, we look to make more shots, free throws and threes. And I think we're capable of beating anybody here in the Asian Cup. I really believe that we have a chance to go all the way to the Final Four.
Thank you, Coach. Lee, can you please also give us your comments?
海燕，请你分享一下今天的比赛。
其实今天在比赛的过程到第3节，其实我们一直保有竞争性的。那可能我们阵中少了2个主力球员，所以在篮板上啊，或是命中率上、得分上都有一定的减少。那没有巩固好篮板，导致很多的2波进攻，让他们就是一直保持了领先的优势。
Today, till the third quarter, we still are really competing, but we lost 2 our key players today that didn't dress to play the game, so we lose for their our shooting percentages and our rebound. So if we have them, that will help our team a lot.
Any questions in English?
For Coach, just a big game up ahead. Obviously, in this game, you guys use up a lot of emotion and a lot of energy, but there's a big game ahead. How do you keep a team that's relatively young focused onto that bigger game ahead?
Yes, that is a big challenge when you play every other day and the competition level is as high as it's been. And as you indicated, the emotions of the game and the physicality of the game was probably the highest level that it could possibly be. When you have 2 rivals playing against each other, and one is a lot bigger, taller, it means it took extra energy for us to compete. That is a key issue. I think that the 2 players that did not play, they'll be obviously fresh. And the other ones, I think we need to find a good ice tub to put them in and get them ready in a couple days. We won't do much tomorrow, and hopefully those guys that played very heavy minutes due to our lack of a bench, I think they'll recover pretty well. They're used to playing a lot on their teams, and I think we'll recover well.
Just another one for you, Coach. Obviously, one of the guys that played a lot of minutes today, Benson Lin, had probably his biggest game as a senior national team member. What can you say about his progress, his development here in the Asia Cup, and what about this game in particular?
Well, I think it shows his growth. He's a young player. We have a young team, and to have Benson, we call him Benson, to step up and do as well as he did indicates that we still have a great future ahead. I think all the guys that played heavy minutes, including Kyle and Ray, Chan and Benson, I think the future is very bright in Taiwan. We had a couple other young guys, practically rookies, that played decent minutes. I think we saw some growth in them, and I think it's all for the good. I think our future is bright, but our future is also now, and we look to compete in the rest of the tournament.
Any other questions?
Well, Jordan is a good team, and they're a very talented team and a team that's bigger than us. So we're used to playing teams that are bigger, so that's no difference. Transition is a big part of what we do. When we play heavy minutes, then our transition slows down, our screen and roll efficiency, and also our shooting goes down as it did today. But hopefully when we get the other players back and we have opportunity to play other bench players a little bit more, then I think that we'll be able to last and sustain that kind of offensive intensity throughout the game. Maybe it affected our free throws, it affected our three-point shooting, and hopefully we can solve those problems by giving these guys rest either during the game or even right now and tomorrow. So I think we'll be ready. It's a great challenge, but we're used to challenges. We're used to being outsized, bigger, taller, stronger, but we have the biggest heart. So that heart will show up on Monday when we play.
Last questions?
Okay, Coach, I got a question for you. China was in foul trouble early in the game, and in the third quarter, your team really you really had a chance. You were really close, only 3 points behind. So what went wrong after that?
Well, we missed shots. You know, like I said, we missed our free throws when we had the opportunity when they got in the early foul trouble, and we got tired and missed our threes. And they was able to continue because they had a fresh bench. They had the big guy hadn't played for weeks, at least a week or so. He was fresh and ready to roll, and we anticipated him playing, but we didn't know for sure he was going to play. And he was a big difference in the game. His size, his ability to score inside. He's a former NBA player, so that made a difference. You know, people sometimes judge teams based on what they see initially, and China might have appeared beatable when they played Bahrain, but at the same time, they didn't have all their players. They had some guards that was missing and the big player that was missing, and I think as a group, they're going to be a great challenge for anybody to beat. And so we just got tired. They just wore us out.
Thank you, Coach Parker. Thank you, Lee. This is the end of the first part of the press conference. We'll be back soon with the China team. Thank you so much, everyone. welcome back to the second part of this post-game press conference. We now have with us Coach Tu Feng and Wang Zhelin. Congratulations, Coach, for the win. Can you please give us your comments?
OK，首先是亚洲杯的第3场比赛，今天我觉得开局大家还是不错的，开局在进攻端打得还是非常的流畅，是按照这个战术配合去执行大家也很好的分享球，可能在比赛这个比分接近快拉到20分的时候，我觉得大家在人员调配以后呢，我觉得大家在场上的进攻还是相对简单化了，进攻简单，防守的这种强度也下降了让这个对手台北这边有很多的这个反击，第一节对方是反击得了3分，第二节反击得了13分，那这一块我觉得不应该是我们这个去犯的这样的错误吧那第3节大家开始也是在进攻端处理的不是很好那第4节的比赛我觉得大家还是按照我们自己的节奏来去打合理的把球权分配，然后最后掌握比赛的这种主动我觉得这个3场比赛队员的身体也是在逐渐的恢复也希望这个他们有一个好的健康的身体这个逐步的这个进入这个交叉赛的时候有一个好的表现，谢谢。
First of all, this is the third game of the Asia Cup. I think generally today when we begin for today's game, and offensively we got the game flow, and also on the gameplay sense, a good well execution. Ball sharing is a good one. So that's why when we are leading almost to the 20 points, but after we do the substitutions, our offense becomes a little bit simple, and defensively our intensity dropped down. So this is actually got a little bit of problem at that moment. On the fast break, on the first quarter, we only had them to receiving 3 points. On the second quarter, we had them to receiving 13 points. But somehow when we make a little bit mistakes, and on the third quarters, our offense actually not really execution well. But on the fourth quarter, we find our rhythm back, and we just get our winning. Generally, for the 3 games, by game, actually, our players' body right now for recovery is getting better. So I think we're ready and we will have good performance for the qualifier game.
Thank you, Coach. Wang, can you please also give us your comments?
技术层面上，督导已经总结得很全面了。然后我这边就是希望说，就是不管是队员还是督导这边，大家的身体能够更好的快点恢复吧，然后再准备好后面的比赛，会越来越艰难嘛，对于我们来说，然后希望我们能越来越好。
On the strategy levels, actually, Coach Dufeng already made a conclusion for that one. So for us, actually, right now is for the players because the body right now is getting better. For the following games, will be much tougher. For us, we need to get ready and give the fans a better performance.
Thank you. Any questions in English?
Yeah, I have. Sorry, I have to ask the questions in English. I have questions for Coach Dufeng. So China was in early foul trouble, and actually throughout the game, and in the third quarter, the opponents caught up and as close as 3 points. How did you deal with it, and what's the key to this big win? The second question is, how will you solve this foul trouble issue in the following games? And the last question is, now you have a full squad with Zhou Qi back, and the next game is against Indonesia, who will have the home court advantage. How do you see the match? Thank you.
首先，刚才其实说了这个第一个问题，第3节的比赛，我觉得，大家就是在第2节的这种基础上，还是进攻比较简单， 然后防守端投入的这种状态以后不好以后，进攻简单造成了我们的一些不必要的失误和一些误攻，让对方有一些这个反击得分的一个状态。那其实，整场比赛对方反击得分得了27分，这个也是，在我们赛前一直强调要求的啊，这个是太容易了。那这一块呢，我觉得在比分迫近到就刚才说的3分之后，我觉得，大家还是我觉得又回到了一个起点，大家的这种心态和这种专注度，我觉得又回到一个正常的一个状态，那可能在进攻当中也好，在防守当中打得更合理一些保获很好的篮板球。其实第4节对方没有一次反击得分的这个机会，其实一直在说，我们就说，也特别能理解，因为队员这个身体状态都不好。在这个比赛的进行当中，可能体能下降也好，专注度各方面有一些下降，或一些这个反应会慢一点，我觉得这都正常的但是第4节大家又能回到一个比较好的一个竞技状态当中把比赛又掌握在自己的节奏里，我觉得这个是不错的一个表现就希望接下来能保持40分钟的这种专注度。这个交叉淘汰赛可能就是对手就是印尼，这个球队。其实我们在这个比赛过程当中，我也观看了印尼的这个几场比赛，也可以看到印尼这几年的这个篮球水平也有很大的提升，年轻球员也是非常的进步很大，然后有很多的这个外线投篮的球员包括这个有规划的这个2.10米多的内线，他在里面给这个队伍带来的支持还是很大的。可以看到他跟约旦的比赛其实打得也非常的焦灼然后呢，今天跟澳大利亚的比赛，其实一直在几分到10分左右的这种差距，第1节还是16比11领先澳大利亚，我记得好像是，所以呢，我觉得我们在这客场跟印尼作战，我们要准备好更多的困难，然后去把这场比赛打好。
So, as I just mentioned now, for the third quarters, actually, this is coming from the second quarters when our offense becomes simple, then our defense intensity dropped down, and we got some of unnecessary turnovers, which is the cause of the third quarter actually would not play well. And for the entire game, actually, for Chinese Taipei, they got like 27 points on the fast break. So actually, this before games, and I asked for our players to do well to cut off their points from the fast break. So when the third quarters will almost finish that one, actually we almost back to like a starting line. So our guys on the fourth quarters, they back to the normal levels on the both ends, offense, defense ends, the good execution. Sometimes I can understand, especially as I said, our players, their body is on the way for recovery. So it is understandable sometimes like they react a little bit slowly, and also the focus intensity is not there the fully 100%. But luckily on fourth quarters, I think our guys is back to the competitive statement, which is we just need more focus on their part. The other one is for the coming games. Actually, I also I concentrate on the game which I'm playing, and also look at the next opponent, some of the games, do some scouting. So for the coming opponent, actually the younger players, the levels are getting improved recently, and also got some good decent like imports players. So as you can see, actually, no matter play against the Jordan or Australia today, the game is really competitive. Even for the first quarter of today's game against Australia, Indonesia got 16-11 and actually leading the points. So I think anyway for us it is away games. So for us we just need more focus and get ready for the game.
Any other questions? Well, thank you everyone. This is the end of the post-game press conference.